What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I know you guys are clicking because you want to talk about the fastest, most dangerous weapon combo in Apex Legends. Well, good luck for you. We're going to show it off with one of the, if not the most aggressive legends in the game, Bloodhound. Now, I take you guys through the gameplay. We obviously commentate like the caster I am professionally. And, hit me up. You guys say Randy should do some Apex Legends casting. I'm down with that as well. Look for casters. I'm down to get a little Apex action in. But the big thing is we take you through that. We also talk about what I do and what mistakes I make and things that I can improve on so that you guys can see that in your game. Now, I'm not coming from the perspective of being like Dizzy, right? I'm not that kind of a player, but I have a good understanding of what I should do with this game. I put a lot of hours into this game. And so hopefully you could relate a little bit with my gameplay and also have yourself entertained and learn a lot while we're talking about it. Because I definitely know a lot of the things that are going well and aren't. We get the dream loadout to start right here, the Spitfire R99. But that is not the loadout. That's not the weapon combo that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Wingman and the R99 as well on Bloodhound, because one of the things people may not know is that the Wingman, the R99, the Mastiff, the Spitfire, every single weapon has a different speed when you are aiming down your sight. When you're holding your right click, everything has a different speed. Now, some of those speeds are the same, but each one has a unique one. It obviously allows you to, and here it is, maximize your movement while you are playing. When it comes to Bloodhound, who has this ultimate that actually activates extra movement speed and gives him vision onto targets, like basically a digital threat, but to him specifically, maintaining that movement speed and not sacrificing it for your, oh my god, Skull Piercer as well. Look at us, guys. We're going. Maintaining that speed is so important because that's your tactical advantage to begin with, right? That is the big advantage that you have. So the ability for me to talk to you guys about this is super cool. And one of the things that I did want to talk about is that, guys, Bloodhound, they have said in their bio, and this is this is their bio, this is what they've written, the lore of the characters, that Bloodhound is not a he or she, it's a non-binary legend. Now, for those of you who don't know, who don't care, I suggest you just don't have any serious hate, anger stuff around it. It's not a big deal, guys. It's the same legend. I know a lot of people are like, man, I can't believe it. I did a post earlier today. I'm like, bro, what are you tripping on? I mean, who's it bothering? Who's it bothering? You know what I'm saying? Like, and trust me, if I say he or if I say she, and I mean no offense by it, it's simply something that I have to train myself to be a little bit more aware of in the future. We want to respect everybody, even our favorite legends in the game. But moving on to this, I really think the Wingman R99 is the combo for you if you want the extremely fast movement that you are going for in Apex Legends. Now, we've geared up, we've got our grenades, and we've also got a great aspect to our team ready to push into some shots that we've heard in market. Trying to aggress onto this is pretty much the most important thing. Once you get a good gun and definitely two good weapons plus a shield, you have the ability to go attack. We see the Pathfinder there. It looks like he's just literally dancing through all of my bullets. No way none of those hit, but they certainly did not. The R99 comes out, still have the movement speed, and as we're aiming down the sights, we're trying to finish him off. He runs down, but I trace him up the stairs. It's not enough. Trying to crouch, and he gets away, but we see his other teammate, and I think she sees me too. The Wraith is inside, and so I'm changing my pace. What I'm doing is I'm not going out. We hear the Arcstar come out in anticipation of where I might be. My teammates are also checking me out as well and seeing if I'm going to push. I am not. I have the Allfather reveals. There are still two people in here, but I don't know where they are, and it seemed to be maybe the potential revive going down, or at least just the silent treatment that I was getting from that Pathfinder there. Not wanting to get caught, I understand it all. Instead of trying to face off with that Peacekeeper in that close range, I actually back out of the room, and this is a smart thing to do. We throw the Kobe grenade, we slide down to try to catch him on the other side, and we're looking for it, but the grenade gets the kill anyways. We knock him down. That's how you do it. And if you guys don't know, I already love grenades. I think you all should too. They're one of the things that I think when you start Apex Legends, you don't really value as much. You look at them as more of like, oh, this is a side thing. Like, sure, if I have some extra grenades, but I want my whole inventory full of shields and syringes. Guys, grenades should take up a very good chunk of your inventory. And honestly, if they're not taking up 20%, 25%, I'm a little surprised. And I think you might be able to find some value if you do that, because grenades, as you'll see in this game, as you've seen in other gameplays, set things up so nicely. They force people out of areas. They make your shots easier because it gives them not one, but two elements to focus on in an engagement. I really think that that's a big key heading into this. Now, what you're going to see here is me activating Beast of the Hunt. This is the ultimate from Bloodhound. And one of the best things about it is that you get this speed increase that just feels so good. Checking through, making sure there's no light ammo or no heavy ammo, because I know that guy was talking about needing a little bit of light ammo initially, and also trying to see through the distance if anybody pops up. If I do see someone, it will turn red, and that will give me the opportunity to know that, hey, here's where they are. Let's push forward. This is such a huge opportunity for Bloodhound, and this is why why Bloodhound earlier on was picked up so often. It's because of the ability to scout where these players are. In tournaments and Apex Legends like Code Red things, you could see where the players are, and you know, okay, there's 3 people I can go kill, add to my kill tally, right? That's one of the best things about it. So if you want to play aggressive, this is it. Now, we just get the drop of a lifetime. We found our wingman, we found our R99, we haven't had to kill anybody for this, and then we find our epic tier 3 level breastplate or armor, whatever you want to call it. Super, super happy. Now, as you'll notice, I dropped some of my extra heavy ammo because when you're running a wingman, one of the things to notice to min-max is you do not need really more than 80 heavy ammo at a time. When you're running an R99 that spits out bullets, literally deletes bullets the second they come out, it's like it could be so wild sometimes and so hard to control. You are going to find out that you just simply need more light ammo than heavy. And the wingman, to be able to go through all of your clips, I mean, how many times would that take? 10, 12 reloads? You know what I'm saying? 12 reloads to be able to do it. Looking for the headshots here onto the Wraith. We see some people actually poking us off. Now, what I'm going to do is actually holster my weapon and get a slide jump and get right back into the fight. I down the lifeline. I thought it was a Wraith, actually, and we end up picking up the kill. Waiting for a teammate. I'm trying to see, is anyone around? No idea where they are, so we're just going to punch. One of the other things to do, if you can punch and get a kill, you're in a position to go ahead and simply just, obviously make sure that you feel good. I see that there's a Wraith somewhere else, so I change out the armor very, very quickly. It's actually something that I have a problem with, because sometimes it's just better to heal up, but sometimes I switch armor when it's not effective, and you would rather have that. At this point, because I thought that Wraith was maybe trying to push me, switching out the armor made sense, but because she's not going back, grabbing that armor, it probably would have been the better deal. We're trying to find some range from the R99, and that's where it suffers in comparison to the R301. The range is so much better and so much more consistent, and it hits harder, but the burst, the amount of damage that this thing can outburst is crazy. There's the Wraith as well. Hit her for 1. Hit her for the headshot. 80 damage. 45. We need a little bit more. We switch to the R99, and the burst saves us. And that was Twitch Mooyah. We killed the Twitch streamer, y'all. We did it. YouTube beats Twitch again. I'm just kidding. I love Twitch. I love YouTube. I love it all. But this guy had some good stuff for sure. Phoenix kit, shield batteries, you know, obviously had the digital threat, the extended mag. I absolutely love it. So luckily we end up taking up that squad, and it's all because of the pressure we were able to create. Now, overall, we haven't really needed too much of our shielding, and I feel like the way we're playing this game, you can get a little bit more aggressive. If you were trying to get as many kills as possible, you may just want to just keep on moving. Go ahead and pick up that purple shield. Sure, but because we keep hearing shots, because we keep wanting to keep the fight going, we don't want to necessarily take that extra time to go back there. Again, because everyone's aggressing as well, keeping the squads all together is important at this stage of the game. 7 squads left, but it feels like things are starting to heat up. We hear some shots coming through, and so we want to aggress, and this is the point of Bloodhound, being able to push this through. Now, one thing you'll notice is I'm not actually using Eye of the Allfather as aggressively as you might. This is really a skill that I find to be extremely tactical, and not only the namesake of it, but the use of it as well, because it gives you away that you're a Bloodhound and that you are around. Beast of the Hunt would be perfect here because we're getting closer to hearing the shots as well, and this is something that is going to give us the vision onto these unsuspecting targets, activating the movement speed, and we're seeing the tracking footprints, letting us know that people were here very, very quickly. I don't know what happens with my mouse. Honestly, that just freaked out. I don't know why my right ADS sometimes does not work, but we end up finding the kills as well. The R99, please let me control you. You're so difficult, my friend. And now we're getting shot back, but we have plenty of health, plenty of ammo, and we're already pressing the advantage. Hit for 45 on a purple shield, so we know they're pretty kitted, and we throw an arc star onto 2 of the members that are down to separate the team, and we get the elimination just from that. I'm the new kill leader, but I'm still hunting for more kills, baby. Land down, chasing where that Wraith might have gone, and one shot to the head on Insanely Ahead, and it seems like we might be having some synergy, just not the way that person liked. We find the kill, and that is the benefit of this legend. It's just so fun. We get our purple shield back, so it's all good at the end. We get extra kills, and sometimes that's the risk you got to go to try to have a high frag, high pace, high intensity energy type game with the Wingman R99. Now, I talked about the values of the Wingman and the R99, and you can see one of the negatives is that you have to be in a rhythm. If you're not in the rhythm of hitting your R99 shots, the spray is going to end. You're going to be basically caught out, left out to dry, no bullets, and then vulnerable until you reload. The Wingman is very much a similar thing, where if people are just hitting consistent damage on you, say it's a Spitfire, and you're just whiff with your Wingman, we've all been there. It just sucks, right? You know, you feel like, oh my God, like today's the day I can't hit a shot with my Wingman. I had 8 shots, you know what I mean? I didn't hit him once, you know, and that's sometimes what should tell you whether you want to go for a loadout like this that's more aggressive or whether you should be more passive. I've had days where I'm like, yeah, man, it's a Spitfire day, homie. I don't know what to say. It's a Spitfire R301 day, and I can't even complain about it. I'm not hitting any of these long range shots, and that's totally okay. And I think that's the fun of Apex Legends. That's the replayability. All these weapons provide different experiences, and when you combo them with Legends, it can be super sick. Bloodhound, again, because of the movement speed, keeps you in that fast-paced mentality, and is really fun to watch, really fun to play. The ADS speed, everybody has a base speed of 173, but the ADS speed for these, and just consider those units, right? Just consider those units. A chart that I found on Reddit is actually saying that the ADS speed for the R99 is 147.48. So it goes from 173, drops about, 26, right? Nothing crazy, but it drops about something of that level to be able to, use your ADS, but have a little bit of a sacrifice movement-wise. But in comparison to some of the other weapons like the Devotion, right, which drops you to 69.40. From 173 to 69. The sniper rifles like the Scout, the Longbow, the Triple Take drop you to 60. The only thing that keeps you higher, and even the Flatline, Hemlock, R301, drop you to 86.75. But the R99, 147.48. So you see why, if you're running an R99, you could be so much more maneuverable and have that burst and have that speed and keep that energy and aggression going, versus if you're running the great weapon, which is the R301, but you just don't have that same kind of aim down sights. Now, there's somebody who just came over to that side. We know a player has just essentially flown a respawn. I don't actually remember. I don't actually know what that was. I feel like it might have been a player flying or maybe a respawn vehicle. Whatever it is, we know there's only 3 squads left, and I can't even type right now. This is me when I'm trying to play in focus and, of course, type at the same time. It just doesn't work out very well. It's why you should probably try to do comms. And one of the things I do is I actually don't use comms in games as much as possible because I'm trying to get the clean audio for you guys. And so, unfortunately, it means that there's a little bit more of a trickier conversation. I have to chat with my teammates, but the ping system is so good. It helps save all these things. But you really start to see, when you look at those numbers specifically, you really start to see the benefits. Now, the Wingman, do you know what that drops from 173.5 to? It drops to 173.5. It literally stays the same. You have no decreased value in moving when you're ADSing or when you're hip firing, and that's one of the best things about this weapon. You maintain 100% of your ADS speed, and you essentially do not get that slow. If you want to look at it in different terms, the R99 slows you by 15%, and the Wingman slows you by 0%, versus other guns like the R301 slows you by 50%, and other things. Now, the only other weapon type that actually keeps you going faster but won't give you as much range is the shotgun. So if you wanted to run something like Wingman for range shotgun like Peacekeeper, you would actually only be slowed by about 10% for the shotgun. All of them have essentially the same level of slow, but guess what doesn't slow you at all? The Mozambique. So maybe it is a little OP, maybe there's still some potential, to the Mozambique. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. That's some funny stuff, man. That's like the one thing that it gets that nobody else has. It's like the worst gun in all these other areas, but it's like, but you know what we're going to give you? No ADS slow. How about that, huh? All right, go enjoy your Christmas, Timmy. All right, go play with your Cole. It's like, come on, man. I got something, but it sucked. I don't care. I don't care about that. Trying to find some long-range shots with the Wingman, though. They're so potent. When you get that Skull Piercer, being able to hit for 80 to above, depending on the helmet that they have, so critical. Right now, we know someone is captured in that circle, in between that rock and in between our weapons, so they cannot move forward. So I'm throwing some arc stars, seeing if anything hit. I like to kind of poke with this. This is, again, one of the reasons why I say carry grenades. If you want to keep the pace up, you want to force people out of their hiding, get these fights going, and not try to overextend and then put yourself in a really bad position where maybe you're caught by 2, 3 people. Then arc stars, grenades, these are great ways to get a glimpse into what they're doing. You don't know how many people are behind that rock, and so that's why I love doing this. See if we could hit someone one more time. Just try to throw something. I am out in the open, and so I want to get to some more cover, and that's what I'm thinking here. Still 3 squads squads left, 5 kills to my name. Things have slowed down, but we know that this is the end. These are the last members that we're going to have to be fighting, and it's something we have to be very, very careful about. I'm not putting Ubi sucks. They're finding some kills. I go for the digital threat in case maybe somebody else is going to show up. Maybe something will be obstructed, and I might be able to see this distance with some of the heat sensors that offers. We know someone's behind the rock as well. The tree, excuse me. We're trying to land these shots. Still not very easy to see. No smoke, no Bangalore we would expect. We were just maybe seeing if we would catch them out, and then we'll drag that back onto the R99. It really depends on your type of scope, whether you like the digital threat, whether you like the HCOGs. I really like HCOG, and I also like digital threat for things like R99 or on the Wingman or on the Peacekeeper. I find them very, very valuable. But look at this. Someone has gotten behind us. It's either the same player, and maybe because those shots are there and we're shooting, they're going to rotate. So I'm just checking our 6, making sure nobody's going to step out, thinking that we're distracted. And now I'm going to focus on where my teammate is. I'm not pushing a little far, but we see someone over here. We have to focus on them, get a good little bit of damage. But I get lit up as well. The crouching Pathfinder took a little bit of work onto me here, and this is where the grenades are perfect. He's got nowhere to go, and we know it already. Get the shield battery, get full health, and now we're looking for some headshots there. 1 shot, 2 shot, and our teammate, unfortunately, is down, but we find the kill here. Gonna track him, see where he's at. Oh, he had a self-revive, and so we always have to check. Always got to go make sure you finish him off this late in the game. Self-revives can come back to haunt you. We do not get the backpack, but we get the fast charge, and we get the fast charge helmet, so we'll be able to get those shield batteries off a little faster, that Phoenix kit if we need to. We don't know how many are over there, but we do know that our teammate is down, and at this point, there's no way to really get them, especially because they've been finished off, and we have to try to take this fight potentially to the 3. It's all coming down to the wire. The R99, the Wingman, the fastest, the most aggressive, and possibly the most lethal combo of weapons in the game versus what appears to be a lifeline. We spot the enemy out, go for the ping, and now I got to get around this cover, but they're going for the respawn. So clearly they lost someone, and he is going to be very, very low, whoever it is. There's the lifeline. I'm trying to throw a grenade. I hit one with a purple shield, but I'm getting kind of lit up as well. She's missing a lot of her shots, thank God, but my teammate behind me, Ubi sucks, gets the down. I go into the R99, but I forgot to reload. A nice little slide jump, and oh my God, I am whiffing everything, but luckily 12 health is enough. It's enough to find the kill. Where's that other son of a gun? There's only one more. These 2 teammates are bait, and he knows he has to try to stay and keep them alive. He cannot cross this open ground, otherwise we know where he's at, and we will be finishing him off. Ubi sucks decides to take down Nakmal, who was, I believe, the lifeline he shot down earlier, and I'm just trying to get the angle. Beast of the Hun is active. We see him. We know where he's at. The Wingman for the win, man, and we get the champion. All right, never mind. I tried to rhyme the end, but we are the champions. The hype is real, and the loadout is for real as well. Super fun, super fast, a 16-minute game. These can last a little bit longer, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about this style loadout. What do you think about the gameplay? Do you like the commentary? Do you want me to do more? What next legend should I do? And of course, if I miss anything, comment down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to get more content from me at Rainy Gaming. And as always, my friends, never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.